All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Tonight, on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tennessee Titans. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll maybe get it back to the 25 here on the first play, but no more than that. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
They'll run. It's Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked.
The Titans at 9-6 now. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. First down carry for Henry. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
52 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line. It's a tight end. It's your wide receivers. Everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Henry.
Oh, a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Titans put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Here we go, 46. Everybody kill. Hey, kill.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Tony Pollard, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They begin with Henry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And some space here. Derrick Henry all alone. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
Go to 54, go to 54. Hey, 47. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 47.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Going deep downfield for Ross. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And that's complete to Cooks. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a 1st down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Now they send a man in motion right. Now receiver in motion left. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Henry again on second down.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
And the busy night for Henry continues.
And that was some effort, but it would appear that he's going to come up about a yard short.
It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
They'll run forward with Henry. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. And the slot man goes in motion left. Pollard going to try the right side. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as they have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
From the 6.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
174 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it, when you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent game and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Titans. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen.
46.
In motion left goes Cooks. Prescott off play action. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Kill. Hey, 47. Here we go, 47. Here we go.
On second down, Prescott again. He gets it to Cooks. Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Play action now, Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To the air again, Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Third and short yardage, Prescott. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be fourth down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the counter, it's Henry. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
19 tight.
Back to throw here.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the 1st down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline. But what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
Let's go now.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This is intercepted. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They go back to Pollard on second down.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Go, get out there, get out. Good.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Prescott from the gun. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard, and he edges forward but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott to throw it. He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the...
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. And he gets it down to the 32. Caleb Farley there on the tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Prescott.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will make this a 9-point lead. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Henry. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On now is the Titans punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 15. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Hey, 47.
On play action, Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 47.
On third down, it's Prescott.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that's caught inside the 30. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Hey, kill. We're going to 53.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down.
And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Inside handoff, Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
To about the 40-yard line.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On second down, here's Henry. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The Titans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, it's Henry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with the flag. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Henry up the middle. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll run left with Pollard. That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You get out the football back for your offense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
We're going to 52. We're going to 54. Right here. Here we go, 46. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. And this one is right down Broadway. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And some room to work. Derrick Henry all alone.
Titans. Derrick Henry, 88 yards. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit.
Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Kill. Hey, kill. 47. Here we go. Going to 54.
Now here's Pollard. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It really doesn't get much easier than the last drive. One play, and they took it all the way to the house on the touchdown run.
And you know how many times we talk about that's exactly how they drew it up? Because essentially every play that's drawn up in an offensive playbook, if everyone does their job perfectly, should go for a touchdown, right? That's one that actually did. Give a little credit to those big fellas up front, too. They sprang their man for not only a big gain, but 6 points.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. He'll drop to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Dallas,
they improved to 11-5 now with 1 week